Hey, today we're going to do some standing poses and we'll see how that goes. So by standing with your feet parallel, hip width apart, parallel between each other, you can just stand tall as if you were in your Tadasana. And then we're going to start doing some gentle rotations with your torso is going one way and your hips are going the opposite way. And this is really nice to warm up the spine, open up the chest. If it's really tight in your thoracic spine, you might notice how your breath is going to be compromised and you're like almost gasping. And that's when the muscles are really tight and they're pulling on your rib cage. And then lock in the hips. We're just going to turn to either side. We can have a bit of a bend in our knees, as if you practice Tai Chi. That's the kind of pose. It's where you're grounded in your center, and you kind of do some on the out breath. So inhale, come to the center. Exhale, twist to one side. Trying to maintain your hips facing forward. You can start incorporating the head width movement. Coming to the center, we're going to bring the hands down as if somebody's pulling the hands down and somebody's picking the head up. So we have a contrast in movement and therefore we get an extension in our spine. Roll the shoulders back. So imagine as if the chest is the bottom of the wheel and the shoulder is the top of the wheel. We're pressing behind our sternum, directly behind, so the wheel of the chest comes up and consequently your shoulders go down and your neck has a nice extension. So stay here for a few breaths. Engage all the muscles in your arm, your bicep, your triceps. Engage the fingertips. Spread the palm. Relax the jaw, soften the eyes, and be in a wide-legged Tadasana. With each breath, become more and more aware of the connection today with your spine, with your shoulders, with your jaw, with your eyes, with your forehead, with your chest, your belly, your hips, your thighs, your hamstrings, your ankles, and your calves, your feet. You might, if your shoulders are quite tight, you might notice there's going to be some tingling coming towards your fingertips. That's normal. So just bear with that tingling. If they go numb, then come away from the pose. But if they're tingling, stay in the pose. And then from here, maintaining the pose, we can integrate a movement. And that's the head, the chin going from side to side. So inhaling, broaden the chest, bringing the shoulders back and wide. So the shoulders are coming to the edge as if they were trying to touch these two walls. And then I'm going to twist towards the right on the exhale. And from here, I'm going to notice how my head how I can bring my head straight. And then inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, other side. Notice the relationship between the upper jaw and your shoulder on the opposite side. Inhale, come back to center. Exhale, other side. And we're going to do these for a few breaths, 4 or 5 breaths. So take your time, do it in your own speed. Remember to draw the shoulder blades back and out of the body, ensuring that the shoulder doesn't come with you when you move the neck. And imagine as if you can start feeling more and more into your head, so you can notice if the head is twisted or if it's close to straight. Notice the relationship between the movement of the neck and the chest. Releasing the tongue, softening the jaw, quietening the eyes and the ears. Feel the flow within and the flow between the movement. Keep pressing those fingertips down, keep drawing the arms down. And next time you come to the center, I'm going to bring the arms up, interlace the fingers, press the palm away from you, engage the arms as if just as much as you were before, and then inhaling, you're going to bring the hands up. You're going to get to the point where the arms won't go further back your ears, so you can lift the shoulders towards the ears, draw the hands back, and then draw the shoulder blades down. So imagine as if you are holding bricks in your hand, and these bricks are weighing down your shoulders, but the arms are engaged, the elbows are locked in, and they're pressing up. Maintain that breath that you had before, that slow, steady breath. Become aware of the connection with the crown of your head, with the base of your spine. So you're balancing the head in between your shoulder blades. Again, if your shoulders are tight or your forearms are tight, you'll notice that there's going to be some numbness or some tingling coming. If you can, stay in the pose. Inhaling, we're going to lift up a little bit more. Exhaling, release the hands. And bring them down. Come back to your wide-legged Tadasana. Engaging the fingertips down, drawing the wheel of the chest up and the shoulders down. Notice the difference inside of you if there's more space. Inhale, draw the hands up, interlace the other fingertips. So if you had right finger on top of left finger, this time left finger is going to be on top of right finger. Inhale, and come up. Again, if you find yourself that your hands are coming down to here, that's absolutely fine. If you find yourself coming here, that's great. And if you want to go a little bit further, you can always lift up the shoulders towards the ears, bring the hands back, and then bring the shoulders down. And keep imagining as if you're pushing these bricks up. So the shoulders come down through the weight of these imaginary bricks. And your triceps, your biceps are engaged, therefore locking the elbow in. If you're hyper flexible or you have a hyper extension, then be aware of that and have a micro bend in your elbows. Keep pushing the palms of the hands up so you stretch your forearms and relax your wrists. Release the grip in your belly if you have any. Release the breath if you're constricting it. Relax the tongue, soften the jaw, quieten your ears and soften your eyes. Exhale, release the hands. Inhale to lift up one more time. Exhale, draw the hands down. Tadasana. And then from here, we're going to draw the palms of the hands to face outwards. And then automatically we notice the connection in our shoulders. Inhale to draw the hands up so they're parallel. And here, with the hands, we're going to do some side movements. So imagine as if you had a plate and you're moving this plate sideways, avoiding the bending of the elbows, so keeping the arms straight, engaging again the triceps and the biceps, rolling the wheel of your chest up and therefore the shoulders coming down. You can even make a fist and just do use the thumbs to direct the palm one way and the other. Keep rolling the shoulders back and keep lifting the inner armpits towards you. And then keep maintaining the connection in your shoulders. You're going to bring the palm facing forward. And you're going to do the same thing here. Drawing the hands up and down, but imagining as if your arms are in a cast so you can't move the elbow, which is a lot easier said than done. Bringing the palms facing down. We're going to bring the thumbs again out. We're going to draw them down and noticing how that affects the neck, the shoulders, and the forearms. And then inhaling, I'm going to draw them behind us. We're going to do these exercises for about 10 breaths. the hands, bringing the palms back so they're facing the floor. We're going to twist the palms up, rolling the entire arm up, inhaling, coming up. Drawing the shoulder blades down, lifting the wheel of your chest up. And now the arm should feel a lot lighter. You should feel that you have a lot more grip in the shoulders. And then exhaling, twisting the palms so they face away from your ears. You exhale and draw the hands down. And then we're going to bring the feet into Tadasana. So feet close by, touching each other. We're going to bring the palms of the hands behind us, interlace the fingers, and draw them down. So this is the action that we're doing. So here we can close the palm. And this means that it might get a lot harder. And when we close the palms and connect the thumb, then we can start lifting up. So remember to draw the shoulder blades down. And lift the wheel of your chest up. And therefore the shoulders come down. So there's length in your neck. And even though the shoulders are coming down, we're lifting the arms up. So we really are digging into your shoulder blades. There's going to be some tension in your thoracic spine. And if you have problems with your lumbar spine, this could be quite intense. So I would recommend having your feet wide apart or not bringing the hands up. And again here, stay for a few breaths, inhaling and exhaling. And what I like to do is to pause in between the inhalation and exhalation, as that's the only time where I get to really listen to what my body's doing. Relaxing the tongue, softening the jaw, maintaining a slow, steady breath. On your next exhale, release the hands, maintain them. So from here, we're squeezing, we release, and we pull back, as if we were doing Salavasana. So this is a much more active pose. We're engaging all of our arm, pulling the fingertips back, drawing the chest up, and therefore the shoulders down. The arms keep coming up. You can use a belt for this pose, so you're pushing in the belt so your arms don't go flying to the side, but you can use the engagement of the belt to open the shoulders, to open the chest. And then for the exhale, draw the hands down, be in your Tadasana, whether that be wide-legged or with your feet touching. And draw those hands down. Lift the chin up so it's parallel. Release the jaw, soften the breath. Quieten your ears. Have a connection with your fingertips all the way down to your toes. So you should feel basically like yourself being in a very strong, grounded pose. And then from here we're going to place the hands on our hips. So here there's two options. We can either jump or step the feet wide. So inhaling, bring the hands to the heart center, bending in the knees. Exhaling, step or jump to open the legs. We're going to bring the left foot in a little bit. And then we're going to move the right foot forward to come into Warrior 2. So here we want to make sure that the hips are facing forward, the chest is facing forward. So all of this part, at the beginning we did the movement of hips and chest moving opposite directions. So in a way, this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to move we're trying to create that connection between hips and chest. So if the hips are moving, the chest comes with it. We roll the right thigh backwards and the left thigh back, so we can square our hips. Inhale, raise the arms. Draw the chin towards your right shoulder. And then exhaling, we're slowly going to bend in the right knee. Imagining as if somebody was behind us, pulling the left leg back. So when you move, the left leg stays exactly where it is. So there's an extension in your groins and in your hamstrings. Press into your heels. And see here how my chest tends to come forward, but pressing into my heels, I notice how my hips are starting to twist forward. So by pressing into my heel, I can correct both the hips and the chest, and therefore have a wider chest, and I get a greater extension in the neck. So in a way, all the poses that we just did until now were preparation for this pose, this asana. Take a few breaths here, long and steady. Then we're going to tilt as if we were going into Trikonasana. So we're going to extend the body. Then we're going to bring the right hand onto the edge of the knee. Left hand comes at the back, so we can open the chest. And this is kind of a supported, just to give us an idea of how to do Trikonasana without collapsing in our right side. And if it's available, you can draw the left hand all the way around to grab your right thigh. And that's going to help you open up your left side of the chest even more. You can draw the chin either to look at your right shoulder, and you'll notice a greater pull in your left collarbones, or you can pull in your right collarbone by lifting the chin up and looking up. Exhaling, you're going to maintain the pose with your upper body, but extend the right leg and find yourself straight away in Trikonasana. Inhale to come up. Exhale, draw the feet together. And then we're going to draw the right toes in, the left toes out. Square those hips. So press into the heels, roll the thighs back. Inhale, raise the arms. Exhale, bend in your left leg. And press into your left heel to understand where your hips are. Look in between your fingertips, relaxing the tongue, softening the eyes, and imagining the right fingers wanting to go back. So your whole body starts to move back, but then the left fingers want to come forward. So now you have this extension of the contradictory action of your left side of the body and the right side of the body. You can close your eyes and take a few deep breaths, remembering that the right leg is being supported behind you by this invisible person or rope. So the further you go down, the deeper the stretch in your groin, and also the more open your lower back needs to be to welcome the spine. If not, we end up just doing this. We end up doing this action, which is not helpful. So we're trying to have a nice straight spine, tucking the tailbone in, and then inhaling, we're going to bring the body weight forward. Exhale, bring the palm of the hand onto your left kneecap on the inside edge. Right hand comes behind your chest. We're going to open up. So here I'm doing the action of rolling the shoulder behind. I'm pressing it. So then I'm creating a distance between my pecs and my shoulder. And again, if it's available, bring your right arm onto your left thigh and use that action to open your right side of the body. Draw the chin to whatever direction you prefer. And take a few deep breaths here. Releasing the hand, the right hand placing in front of your hips. We're going to extend the left leg and then raise the right arm up so we find ourselves into Trikonasana. Inhale to come up. Place the hands on your thighs. And then from where you are, maybe widening your stance a little bit more, you're going to bring the toes slightly further in. And then having your hands on your hips, they can help you to tuck the tailbone in, so their action is going down. Inhaling to lift the spine up, to draw the shoulder blades down and therefore for the chest to go up. Exhale, grip in your thighs, connect in your hips. Exhale, forward fold. Just about. When you are at 90 degrees, you can bring the hands down onto the floor. So if you're hunching, get some bricks so you can extend. Let me see. If not, come down and make sure that the spine is coming nice and long, so I can sense that, yeah, my lower back is still quite tense, so it's still rounding. So what I'm going to do is going to press into my heels, roll the thighs, press into my hands to open the collarbones, and therefore to have more space for my chest to come through. I'm going to relax the head, and I'm going to stay here for a few breaths. Take your time. The hands, imagine as if you're going to do a handstand. So there's a lot of, the weight is distributed in your hands equally. Between the palms and the fingers, there's a good connection. And then if it's available to you, you can walk your hands further back. So the idea is not to do this, well, even though that was really nice, is to keep the extension in your spine, to walk your hands behind, and now instead of feeling it in your spine, you'll feel it in your hamstrings. Then slowly releasing the head down. You can put blocks, cushions, whatever you feel would be appropriate. So keep elongating that spine, keep extending the spine. Don't go, the objective is not to get the head down, but it's to lengthen the lower back. And the only way we can do it is by pressing into the heels, rolling the thighs out. So rolling the thighs in. And slowly releasing the head down. Make sure that your thighs are gripping, so the thighs are coming into the hips, so they're drawing the kneecaps up. And when you do that, you notice that you almost have this extension coming straight away into your spine. So you use that for your advantage to create more space there, and therefore to allow the upper body to come down further. Inhaling, coming back to a flat back. Pressing firmly into your feet, release the hands, bring them onto your hips. And then either bending the knees or not, coming up to standing. Bringing the feet closer together. And then from here, with hip width apart, we're going to come into a forward fold. So inhaling the hands again onto your hips, pressing down so the wheel of your chest goes up and the shoulder blades go down, drawing the pelvis forward. And then having that connection with the feet, I'm going to inhale, extend the body forward. Exhale, come to 90 degrees. And then allow ourselves to bring the hands down again. Avoid the hunching of your shoulders. So press the hands down, open the shoulders, make sure they're nice and wide. And then here start engaging into your lower back more and more by connecting into your thighs, creating that space for your upper body to come forward. So you can even put your hands onto your thighs and imagine as if you're trying to lunge yourself, or I don't know, like dive yourself forward, and you're using the hands to push yourself forward onto your thighs. So the thighs go back, the chest goes forward. And by doing that, you notice there's a really good connection in the mounds of your feet. So you can lift up your toes, connect with your arches, with the mounds in your feet, with your ankles. Look forward. Keep breathing. And then exhaling, bringing yourself down. You can either come with the elbows bent, or you can bring the hands behind your calves, or where your heels are, with the elbows extended forward, so they're coming parallel with your legs. You're going to use the elbows, the hands, to pull the body weight forward and then down. So it's less about, again, we're not looking for this arch. We're trying to extend the body, the spine forward, up, and then we're going to bring it down. Take a few deep breaths here. Inhaling, coming up to flat back, engaging the feet, bring the hands onto your hips, exhale, coming up, coming to Tadasana, and find your extension in here. So your head should be quiet, your breath should be soft, you should feel a nice extension in your spine and a good grounding and connection in your feet. Namaste. And from here, we're going to draw, or maybe you have a space I don't, where you're going to draw the arms out, or you could do cactus arms, as I'm doing. Draw the elbows behind, as far as behind as you can, and then you're going to draw the arms down, so the elbows come as if they're trying to touch each other. But the idea is not to compensate with your lower back, so maintaining the connection in the lower back and the nice extension there in your spine. You draw the shoulder blades back, and then you're going to bring the hands into prayer pose. So let's do that one more time. With the hands, with the fingertips extending down, you're going to bring them according to your space. Your either cactus arm or extended arms parallel with your body. Then you're going to bend the elbows behind you to open up the chest, and then you're going to draw the hands down, so the arms down, keeping the elbows close to the chest. And then you're going to very gently draw the palms of the hands into prayer pose, and the thumb is going to rest on the sternum. Namaste.